offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on third down.
Let's go.
Now Jones. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Good luck trying to get your running game going against Ndamukong Suh. I mean, he is so strong. Just trying to move him, take one guy, two guys, whatever. I wish you a whole lot of luck. He usually converts an offensive running game into rubble.
So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's 2nd down. They'll run again here with Robinson. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. Back deep is Tavon Austin.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Now Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And he motions the wide receiver. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got it. The tight end, Amaro. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Devin McCourty is one half of twins that can cover just about anyone in the league. A top-notch player who can play corner or safety.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. One receiver left, 3 to the right. White, the man in motion. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On second down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Devin Smith that time, and it's third down. And now this offensive unit, we get a look at their starters. They put up good numbers last week, looking to carry that forward.
Yeah, Brandon, they saw the numbers from last week. They expect to at least replicate them. They think that they can put up bigger numbers this week. They are a confident bunch.
Third down and 12. They'll come out in the pistol. On third down, Wilson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be fourth down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a first down.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be second and very short.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Murray, the lone setback. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll come out in the pistol. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
He'll look to throw. Deep drop. He sets to this is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jace Amaro, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, so much for a little 5-yard pass play to your tight end. They made him a deep ball threat there, and it worked out.
Times have changed, haven't they? Those used to be plays that we would clip and save because you didn't see it very often. Big tight end, deep downfield catching a pass. Now it's almost standard. That's a big part of everyone's offense. Get it to those guys because they're not just tight ends anymore. They're athletes.
On the return, this is Denard Robinson. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And a dump off here to Robinson. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
3 yards to go on second down. On second down, here's Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. LeGarrette Blount was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on 3rd down. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. And he connects with Ebron. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Wilson now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. It's hauled in by Devin Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here's Wilson, and he's taken down here by the Saints. Ndamukong Suh with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Murray the lone setback. Amaro the tight end in motion. Now Jones. Amaro's got it, left side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Throwing Jones. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Niles Paul, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And it's 15-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Again, it's Robinson. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And the dreaded 3rd and long here for the offense. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Flush to his right. And that's caught by Smith. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run it down with Robinson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Throwing is Wilson. It's caught on the right side. Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Brief break in the action here. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Fresh set of downs here. They run. Robinson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Wilson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And he's got room. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. On the run, it's Robinson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Another pistol look here. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
C.J. Anderson of the game. He gets it here. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And Myers able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is what I'm doing here, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Try the ground game here with the running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. And he connects with Ebron. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
19.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They come up in an offset eye. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
14. Check it out. Fight, move the team.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for a Houston first.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Now a run with Anderson. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They have with it
5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. From the gun, it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And Latimer's got it. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
And they'll run it here. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Denard Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So they're going to go for 2. And they'll go on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And Miller with it over the middle. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Let's go.
Now Jones. He completes it right side to White. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
8 yards still remaining here on third down.
Let's go.
In motion left, White. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tahir Whitehead. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Toss play to Robinson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap, turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real to tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
But it was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll
away your inhibitions.